And welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian.
I'm Eduardo.
Eduardo's playing with a scarf because why not? So in this episode, we're going into the underground cistern that's underneath the Russian consulate with a giant ass machine gun. So no one's gonna know that we're in here. And
everyone knows that machine guns are the quietest weapons out there.
Yes,
everyone knows that.
Of course. So we're just gonna shoot like explosive barrels underwater in the water.
Underwater.
And what's interesting is, again, in the movie, there were no guards in the underground cistern, but they had to put enemies and stuff underneath just to make it interesting to play as a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they get some stuff right with like what the movie does, but at the same time, it's like, oh my lord, just kind of stick with it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. That's the problem with making like licensed titles like this, because you have like. Oh,
and I'm sorry, I want to interrupt you there. The one guard, if you noticed, I shot him while he was running. It was a scripted animation run, but he didn't die until after the animation finished.
Oh god,
which is always great.
I totally missed that. I gotta pay attention to that. But you have to remember, like. They give them so very little freedom to make the game that they want to make.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
The one thing, though, is, like... And I think we mentioned this in the past, is... With games like this that are based off of a movie,
mm-hmm.
like GoldenEye, or... The World Is Not Enough, or whatever. Whenever you have a movie tie-in game, although the movie for this game came out like 40 years prior,
mm-hmm.
You're limited to the passive medium for an interactive, as the source for an interactive medium.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't really work all that great, and that's why usually movie tie-in games are terrible.
Yeah, because you're taking a passive experience and trying to make it an active experience. It's weird.
I mean, books to movies work better because they're both technically passive.
Yeah, they're both completely passive. You're being told the story. You're not experiencing the story.
Right. So when you have a game, on the other hand, versus like a movie or a book. Oh my God! What if they had a book to game?
They have Dante's Inferno.
Oh, have they? Oh.
Yeah, Dante's Inferno. Remember, it's a game. And
they had honestly, I forgot that it was a game.
They had to embellish everywhere.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's like
because if I remember right, Dante's Inferno is just a story of him being taken basically a tour through hell.
I think, yeah, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read it, and I didn't remember there was a game. So
yeah, I didn't actually ever read Dante's Inferno, so I actually have no idea.
It's been so long. I don't even remember if I read it. I might have read something else that I think is Dante's Inferno. But
see, this kind of relates to the way I feel about just movie tie-ins in general. That it's basically that I feel like if you're going from a visual medium to another visual medium,
mm-hmm.
you shouldn't do the direct adaptation. And I think the only place where this doesn't apply are in comic books, not graphic novels. I'm talking about comic books, like how you have like all the superhero comic books or anything like that, because what they do is they make it an amalgamation of the different storylines.
Yeah.
So I think that works, but even then they're still creating their own storyline. You know, they aren't like, you know, ripping straight out from from like Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't just do a frame-by-frame remake of a Demon in a Bottle storyline, you know. They take elements of it and see what works and what doesn't, you know. I think books can get away with making the direct jump because they're not visual. They're not visual. They're you know, they're going from word to screen or to, you know, whatever. To a much more visual page, I guess, you know, and so it works better in that regard. But if you're going from like a movie and then making it to a game,
mm-hmm.
the game better have its own storyline.
Yeah,
you know, it better take place in the same aesthetic, universe,
Mm-hmm.
But it can't be just a straight shot for shot or, you know, scene for scene remake of the movie, because that's boring. What's the point?
Yeah, I mean, like, what is it? Everything or Nothing is not based off of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out roughly the same time as this game did. It came out before this, but...
Yeah, because wasn't this in the lull between Pierce Brosnan and...
Brosnan?
Brosnan? I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Brosnan? Whatever. And Daniel Craig, like, wasn't there were, like, a few years without a James Bond movie.
Yeah, I think so. And then they made the game. And it's a really good game because they had such creative freedom to make a game that was not based on a movie. And then you got the weird thing of, like, Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
They took a game and made it into a movie.
Yeah.
Granted, the movie, although critically is not the best, I enjoyed the movie.
I absolutely hate the movie. I cringe every time the movie comes on TV. I'm just like... Ugh.
My friends.
But the person against the glass floating in the water and then her eyes open, like you didn't expect that to happen.
What about the vault? Do you know what it is? No.
And then Michelle Rodriguez,
It's in the communications room.
the only redeeming factor in that movie.
You're absolutely right. Michelle Rodriguez is the only redeeming factor in that movie. Most because Michelle Rodriguez has like a weird, like tomboyish hotness about her. Mm-hmm. It's a really weird thing. Like it totally seems like someone that you could share a beer with, but then also like you'd want to bang. Like it's weird, you know. It's a weird thing.
We're delving into Eduardo's subconscious. Hold on to your butts.
Why aren't we playing Psychonauts? Jeez, this would totally work in Psychonauts.
Yes, probably. But yeah, now we're fighting our way to, like, I don't even know where we're fighting our way to. This wasn't in the movie, so it's like it's just completely arbitrary as to what we're doing.
I don't know about arbitrary. Because you hit everything.
Because I hit everything.
You hit everything. Oh man. So I have a question. So like, when you upgrade the weapons, like say for instance he loses one of the weapons and he gets it back later.
You don't.
You don't lose any of the weapons?
You don't lose any weapons. You keep everything. It's so stupid.
Cracked.
What do you mean cracked? The metal or the back?
Yeah, the plastic back. Cracked.
I don't see a crack.
Like here and here, and then look down there. Like where it connects with the band.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Apparently, it's like widespread though.
Huh. Oh no, I don't want to speak. No, go away, Google.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, in case you got that we were looking at my watch. It was being all weird.
Yep, just a bit. He's got a smartwatch. It cost quite a bit, and
I didn't buy it.
It's breaking.
Yeah, I didn't buy it, but like, it's in like such a place because it still has the bar that connects it across. It's like it's like a plastic reinforcement.
I'd imagine
I don't know what it's for.
Either that or it's just so your like skin does not get caught in the.
I guess
the metal maybe.
I don't know. Either way, it's still under the manufacturer warranty, so I could probably just
there you go.
Send it in.
Maybe if they cover that.
Yeah, I would assume so because it's not my own doing. It's something that was actually a hardware mount. You know, defect. I could totally say it's a hardware defect.
I suppose, yeah. But so we got another Bond moment for like getting into this room, and it's really stupid. I hate when they do Bond moments like this, only because. If you do a Bond moment, oh yeah, get into the room. That's not a Bond moment. That's, just exploring. That's gameplay. Like I can see
that was a gold Bond.
Like I can see Bond moment use like shoot down the flag to cover the enemy so they get like knocked out or something. Stuff like that. That is a Bond moment.
A Bond moment would be if there's a room of enemies downstairs. There's a catwalk, and you totally rig the catwalk to collapse and fall on all these guys.
That is a Bond.
That's a Bond moment.
I remember there were some in Everything or Nothing, and it goes along the same lines as the ones in this game, where it's like Bond moment: shoot the guard that's like rappelling down before he hits the ground, or shoot all enemies before they hit the ground.
That I could see that being a Bond moment.
Like, stuff like that. That is... Although, if you think about it at first, it's like, oh, well, okay. But I think one of the other ones... There's, like, multiple Bond moments in levels in Everything or Nothing, I believe.
Oh, yeah, because I think that was the first game that really popularized it. Like, made it a staple of future Bond games.
Right.
So, and they made it a lot more fun, because I remember there were... Like, if you can go online and you can see, like, a compilation of all the different Bond moments, and they're actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and the one, like, in the first level from Everything or Nothing, there was another one that was basically, you rappel down instead of using the stairs, you rappel off of the building.
Okay.
So stuff like that. That is a Bond moment, because it's like...
That totally is a Bond.
It's like, oh, you're not exploring, you're just... You're doing a Bond, like, thing, jumping off a building, and...
Because I feel like the important distinction is, a Bond moment is something that only James Bond would do.
Yeah.
It's not something that you would do in any other game. It's something that... If you're playing as James Bond, this is what you would do.
You have the Bond mentality of, okay, we're going to use this, and it's going to be unique and whatever.
Exactly.
Like, the one, like, in speaking of rappelling in this game is kind of lame. Like, in this, you kind of just do a little, like, you're doing the mountaineering climb, like, to go up, and then you do the mountaineering jump to go down. It's kind of like, okay, in Everything or Nothing, you ran off the edge of a building, you automatically applied, you looked, like, you don't stop. You look back, and Bond automatically fires the grapple, and you just go down the building. You walk down the building, and you can fire your weapon and stuff, which, yeah, that would be cool.
That's totally a Bond moment.
But yeah,
I feel like Bond moments should be like something in real life. Like for whatever reason, it's just like someone just walks up to you and they just give you like a 007 token and they're like, Bond moment. I would love that. My life would be full of them.
Got out of bed this morning. Bond moment.
Hey, Bond doesn't get out of bed.
Not on a good day.
Yeah, because I mean, he's got to be home by 8 and in bed by 11. Oh yeah. I know, I totally said it reversed, but I don't care.
I know, I was about to say, it was like...
I know, but Bond, he does whatever he wants.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, this part of the game is just not anywhere in the movie. It's just the jetpacks.
Not gonna lie, this level's a little boring.
Unfortunately, it is. This is the least interesting level for me.
Yeah, like it's very just like...
It's a generic level.
Yeah, it's very generic. It's like, oh, this is totally like a research and development place, but like not really because there's soldiers.
Oh, they locked the door, but wait, there is a jetpack. I wonder what we're supposed to do. Escape with the jetpack.
They had to tell you. Like it's like, you ever seen those PlayStation commercials with on TV where they have the two guys, they're at the beach, they're playing basketball, and then it goes into like the whole Destiny hover bike thing.
Yeah.
You ever seen those?
I think so.
You ever notice that when they're on the ATVs, before they become hover bikes, this is dramatization? Do not attempt. Who needs that?
Don't know.
Who needs that? Who's gonna sit there and be like, oh, if I drive these ATVs, they're totally gonna become hover bikes? Like, who's so delusional that they think that that'll happen?
Sony preying on the mentally ill.
They don't understand sometimes. Like some of these warning labels on here, like on hot food. Like when I used to work at the supermarket, that that thingamajig that we would have on the aluminum tins, saying caution, hot. Sitting in a hot warmer made of metal. Aluminum tin. Hot warmer. Put the things together. Like...
Oh, and by the way, they have jetpacks just strewn about through the underground now. For no explicable reason.
Oh, do you run out of fuel or something?
No, your health bar is connected to the vehicle. So you can get if you get injured enough, you can stop and get a new one. And they place them actually in at good intervals. If they expect you to.
So basically, like they assume you suck.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's nice, developer. It's nice. Who actually made this game?
Let's find out. I have the case right over here. Actually, I don't because it was just a disc. Let's find out.
Okay, Google. From Russia with Love game.
From Russia with Love.
What was that? No, don't listen to me now, Google. Okay, Google. From Russia with Love game. From Russia with Love.
You channeled your Sean Connery. Oh gosh.
Rebellion Developments.
What?
I've never heard of that studio.
I haven't either. I thought it was just Dan Jack, like every other. Oh well.
Rebellion Developments.
Okay, sure, whatever. I know EA
Rebellion Developments.
Oh yeah, and I'm speedrunning this, and I'm just kind of like doing the sideways like strafe, and I'm just kind of leaving the level and ignoring all of the jetpack guys because I really don't want to deal with them. And it's also a lot faster. Like, look how fast you go sideways. It's crazy. But we beat the level, yay! And we fly out with the jetpack. You know what's fun though? Is never explained why we stole the jetpack, or why we were that far into it. Why couldn't we just go back with Karen Bay? I don't know.
Where did he go?
I don't know, but that's the end of this episode. So we'll see you guys next time with more everything or nothing from Russia with Love, really. See ya.
Could you fit more titles?